next task will stay here. Ready to continue?
I have to be.
Perfect. Please do a full organoleptic tasting of these two wines. You will have 8 minutes. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Time starts now.
So beverage is number one is clear bright with a relatively dense intensity, red with a blue red core and a slightly watery rim. There is no evidence of CO2 or sediment and viscosity is quite elevated. There is also some staining of the tears. On the nose, the wine is clean, very rich and concentrated. Definitely fruit forward. There's a lot of ripe red and blue fruit here, such as blueberry, blackberry, a bit of blackcurrant. There's definitely some sweet cooking spices of cinnamon, cloves, nutmeg, which definitely points to oak aging, but I will confirm that on the palate. Overall, the wine seems to be aging. So in the developing stage. On the palate, the wine is clean, dry still, with moderate acidity, quite full-bodied. Again, very concentrated, deep flavors here. Alcohol level, I would say, is slightly elevated, about 14 degrees. And they have the same kind of ripe, even overripe, red and blue fruit profile here with blueberries, blackberries. Definitely the same sweet cooking spices as well. Definitely this wine has been oak aged. I would say that possibly a new French oak. The wine is in the developing stage and has a quite lingering aftertaste. Overall, it's a very high-quality wine, coming from a moderate to warm continental climate, a warm continental climate. It's made in quite a modern style with plenty of extraction, and I would say that this is a 2018 Cabernet Sauvignon based blend coming from South Africa, from Stellenbosch. I will serve this wine at 16 to 18 degrees from a sleek red wine glass, decanted 2 hours before service, and the aging cellaring potential here I would say is at least 10 years, so it's quite a concentrated wine. It pairs perfectly with a roast hanger steak, with a classic French-style red wine jus and some roasted vegetables on the side, so keeping it simple. Both the wine and the dish have a lot of complexity, a lot of rich flavors to complement each other. There's plenty of tannins here to cut through the richness of and the pro-tannins of the medium rare steak, and the earthy elements to complement the roasted vegetables. Alternatively, we could go with aged Gouda cheese with a dollop of blackberry jam on the side. Enough richness here to balance that dish. Beverage number two, it's clear bright, again deep concentration, ruby red with a bit of garnet watery rim, almost opaque in color. There is no evidence of CO2 or sediment. Viscosity is again quite elevated, no staining of the tears visible here. On the aroma, the wine is clean, quite pronounced, rich fruity character. We have a lot of similar style red and blue fruit, maybe a little bit towards red fruit this time, so we have a plum, some forest berries of raspberry and lingonberry here, coupled with blue fruit of blueberries and blackberries, and same sweet cooking spices here as well, of cinnamon, nutmeg, which again refers to oak aging. And the wine is also in a developing stage. On the plate, the wine is clean, dry still, with a little bit moderate acidity. Again, full-bodied, with pronounced alcohol level of 14.5 degrees. There is quite a rich full body here and a lot of deep concentration in the flavors as well, so quite an intense wine. On the palate, we have the same kind of red and blue fruit profile with lots of overripe red fruit, of plums and some forest berries, of lingonberries, blue fruit of blueberries, blackberries, a bit of cooking spices, cinnamon, nutmeg. Very nicely balanced wine here. It's in a developing stage. Has definitely been oak-aged. I would say again has seen definitely some new French oak, and has also quite a lingering aftertaste. So we're dealing again with a very good quality wine here, coming from a similar warm continental climate, possibly from the New World. Made in a similar modern style of rich concentration. I would say that this is also a Bordeaux blend based on Cabernet Sauvignon, possibly coming from Napa Valley from USA, vintage 2020. I would serve this wine from a sleek red wine glass at 16 to 18 degrees, decanted 2 hours before service, and again we see an aging potential of 8 to 10 years at least. This wine would go perfectly with roasted rack of lamb in a little bit of mint sauce on the side. Some roasted beetroot makes this wine really shine. There is a bit of herbal element here that brings out the mintiness, and enough tannins here, tannins which would be quite pronounced and quite lingering tannins as well, coupled with medium rare quantity of the meat. Really cuts through the proteins, and there is enough juiciness, fleshiness to complement the roasted beetroot here. As an alternative, we could have a beautiful aged Gruyere cheese with some blueberry chutney on the side. There is enough acidity here and enough flavor strength to complement the rich nature of the cheese, and a nice fruity character here to complement the lush sweetness of the jam. That's creating a beautiful combination here. Tannins for beverage number 1, I would say, were moderate, so quite gritty, but not overly there. I will correct the wine. I think it's a Bordeaux blend coming from Bordeaux, France. So from the left bank